New videos every day.
Lady Gaga. Hot or not? Do you love her? Do you hate her? How couldn't you love her? Do you think Lady Gaga looks better since her recent 25-pound weight loss? Or would you love Lady Gaga at any size? If you've ever wondered how Lady Gaga keeps her chic physique, then you have clicked on the right video, because you're about to find out. To give you a brief overview, Lady Gaga's fitness regimen includes a personal trainer and nutrition coach named Harley Pasternak, which could be enough motivation in and of itself. She also works out 7 days per week. So 5 days a week, she works with her very handsome personal trainer. On the weekends, she dedicates it strictly to cardio. Then she does a lot of dancing, a lot of dance rehearsals, a lot of who knows what, and she also does a whole lot of yoga. In addition to lots of physical exercise, Lady Gaga follows her personal trainer's 5-factor diet. And what this means is she eats 2 meals per day with 3 smaller snacks. And each meal or snack includes the following: a source of lean protein, healthy fats, low glycemic carbohydrates, fiber, and a sugar-free beverage. Whoa, it sounds like Lady Gaga has been watching my nutrition videos. So that basically means that me and Lady Gaga, we're pretty much on a first name basis now. So I'm gonna go ahead and for the rest of this video, I'm just gonna refer to her as Stephanie, because we're buddies, right? And also I feel like a complete idiot saying the words Lady Gaga. So in a second, I'm gonna go over Stephanie's favorite foods, but before I do, I just wanna share a couple statements that she's made about her diet and fitness routine. I have to work out every day. I work out hungover if I'm hungover. It's all about the cross training and keeping yourself inspired. I have to say, I do a lot of yoga. I'm on a very strict, healthy pop star diet. I don't eat bread, I just eat vegetables, salad, and fish. Eating like this is much better for me anyways, but on Sundays, I sometimes eat pasta. Yoga makes me feel like I can do anything. Yoga heals me. And then there's her infamous tweet. Just killed back-to-back spin classes, eating a salad, dreaming of a cheeseburger, with the hashtag pop singers don't eat. Now, most people know that Stephanie used to struggle with an eating disorder. I can't remember which one. If you know, you can leave a comment and let me know which one it was. But she now encourages people not to let their size, not to let their weight determine their self-worth. And that's definitely a message that I can agree with. So let's go back to Harley Pasternak, the personal trainer's 5-factor diet. The recommendations within his diet program that Lady Gaga follows. So the first thing is that within each meal or within each snack, you're going to have these 5 components. So we'll just quickly go through each of them. The first one is lean protein. And I have an entire video, the top 10 protein sources, where you can go if you're interested in learning more about sources of protein. What is important to know is that protein is essential not only for our actual health, but also for weight loss, because it's going to provide amino acids and provide nutrients without stimulating the storage of fat, the way that sugar and refined carbohydrates do. And that's going to bring us on to our next point. So the next factor is low glycemic carbohydrates. So to give you a basic understanding, what is high glycemic, what is low glycemic, what this is referring to is how much does this food spike up your blood sugar? How much does it increase the amount of sugar in your blood and how quickly? So high glycemic foods are going to cause a big blood sugar spike, which is going to be very dangerous for diabetics. And it's also the primary thing that causes weight gain and stops you from metabolizing fat. So these high glycemic foods are going to be anything highly processed. So pasta, white bread, potato chips, and corn chips, any kind of fried, or even if it's baked, this is still an empty calorie. This is still something where they've stripped out the fiber, they've processed the carbohydrate, which is the corn or the potato or whatever, and what you're left with is these empty calories. And this is why Stephanie, alluded to in her tweet that she doesn't eat bread. She just eats the vegetables and the salad and some sources of protein. So the low glycemic carbohydrates are going to be carbohydrates that are minimally processed. So we hear about whole grains or whole wheat bread, things like steel-cut oats, brown rice, quinoa, and there's a lot of different grains out there. Wheat is just one of them. So all of these grains can offer benefits. I'll throw in the little caveat that some people are gluten intolerant or intolerant of grains and they can't eat them at all. But for a lot of people, these good low glycemic carbohydrates can be part of a healthy diet. So the next factor is healthy fats. And this is how I know that Stephanie and Harley are watching my nutrition videos, because I talk a lot about the importance of eating healthy fats. Now, fats have gotten a bad rap, and there are a lot of products out there like this one that are reduced fat, fat-free, low-fat, where they'll actually take a food that naturally contains fat, like milk or like nuts, and take the fat out. So here again, they're processing that food. It's not a natural food because naturally it would contain some fat. And actually, when we take the fat out, we are not helping our health. Fat is essential to helping our bodies feel full and satiated, and to helping signal our brain that we're full and satiated so that we can actually stop eating. If you have a problem with overeating, chances are you're not eating enough healthy fats. You're eating these reduced fat, fat-free products, and they're actually causing you to have problems with overeating and making it harder for you to lose weight. So the take-home message is that you want to eat good, healthy fats. They're essential for your overall health. They're especially essential for your brain health. So if you ever have problems with brain fog or you don't feel like you can think clearly, you need to think about your diet and realize that eating some good, healthy fats could really help. So nuts and nut butters. Nuts are a great example of a good, healthy fat. And another good example of a healthy fat is coconut oil. You can use this in salad dressings. You can use it to butter your toast. You can use it to cook with. I even put coconut oil on my skin. I love this stuff. I highly recommend it. And Lady Gaga eats her healthy fats too. So that's a good reason to eat healthy fats. Next up, fiber. Again, essential both nutritionally speaking and for weight loss, because fiber is literally what helps to fill up your stomach, and it also helps ensure that both your digestion and your elimination go smoothly, if you know what I mean. The last of the 5 factors is a sugar-free beverage. Now, this is kind of vague to say a sugar-free beverage. And Lady Gaga, or Stephanie, I'm sorry, if you're watching, then this is going to be a really important note for you. So technically, a drink like this is a sugar-free Red Bull. Technically, this would classify as a sugar-free beverage, but this is not a healthy drink. And actually have a whole video called Worst Drinks where I go through beverages like these and discuss them. So you can check out that video if you want more information. But the bottom line is that artificial sweeteners like aspartame or acesulfame potassium or acesulfame K, these artificial sweeteners have a multitude of negative health effects. Some studies have shown them to be toxic to specifically the brain. So some studies have found them to be neurotoxic. They also confuse your body's blood sugar metabolism system, which is crucial for controlling your weight. If you're trying to lose weight, the last thing you want to do is confuse your body by eating these artificial sweeteners, which make your body think it's eating something sweet, and then there's no actual sugar there. So these are very problematic. They do not help with weight gain. There's also research that shows that eating artificial sweeteners actually makes you crave more carbohydrates and crave more sugar, which again is something you want to avoid. So when we think about sugar-free beverages, these don't count, okay? A healthy sugar-free beverage would be something like water, My favorite thing to recommend that people drink, also coconut water. And actually, Stephanie is a huge fan of coconut water. She's been quoted in a couple different areas talking about how much she loves coconut water. Now, coconut water is cool because it has a natural amount of sugar contained in it, the natural amount of sugar that's present in the coconut. And you need to read the ingredients on your coconut water because sometimes they will add sugar or natural flavors or other things. But when we're talking about just pure 100% coconut water, this is a really, really, really healthy beverage. So it actually is more hydrating than water. It actually contains more hydrogen than water. And it contains electrolytes as well. And we all know that we're supposed to have electrolytes. That's how Gatorade and Powerade got so popular. But again, those drinks have artificial sweeteners, sugar, artificial colors, and all kinds of horrible things in them that we don't want. So coconut water is your number one best source for getting those electrolytes. And it's very pleasant to drink because it does have that natural amount of sugar in it. If you want to learn more about drinks, I encourage you to check out my other video. But now we're going to move on to Lady Gaga's absolute favorite foods. We'll start with breakfast. Lady Gaga has said that her favorite breakfast is whole wheat pancakes with fruit and low-fat milk. Now, maybe this is really what Lady Gaga eats every day, but I would make a few modifications, and Lady Gaga, if you're watching, maybe these will be helpful to you. So I would actually opt for a less processed source of grains or source of carbohydrates, like brown rice or quinoa, probably are my favorite things to eat for breakfast. Then fruit is an excellent thing to add, another excellent thing to have at breakfast. But when it comes to the low-fat milk or fat-free milk, again, I'm a proponent of eating fats, and especially with dairy products, having the fat in the dairy is actually what helps your body to digest it. So if you're going to eat dairy, I would encourage you to go ahead and have the whole fat product. It tastes better that way too, right? Another consideration for dairy products, and this applies to meat products as well, is to look for something that comes from grass-fed animals. So on the butter or on the milk or on the cheese, you will actually see made with milk from grass-fed cows. If a company is using grass-fed animals, they will probably proudly be proclaiming that on the label of the food. So if you can find that, that's going to be another way to even boost it up even more. And to really get the pancake sensation in your breakfast, know that maple syrup, as long as it's 100% maple syrup with no added ingredients, no extra stuff in it, it actually offers you some health benefits and some minerals. So you want to use just a little bit, but you can add a little bit of maple syrup to your brown rice or your quinoa and your fruit, and now you really have a perfect pancake. Moving on to snacks. According to Stephanie's choreographer, it's all about salsa with grain chips, tofu, turkey, hummus, and coconut water. Now, I don't think she means the hummus in the coconut water, but that might be good too. So these are all good, healthy things. I'm going to touch on tofu a little bit later on, but hummus. Let's start with hummus. Hummus is made from chickpeas. Chickpeas are an excellent source of protein, so hummus is a really good, healthy food to have. Again, we have her promoting coconut water. So this is a really, maybe the best take-home message from this video is to start drinking coconut water, and it's definitely a really good thing to replace soft drinks with. So coconut water, another one of Stephanie's favorite foods. So apparently Lady Gaga watched my top 10 protein sources video because she knows that turkey is the number one best source of protein. So a couple notes about how to make sure that we're eating healthy sources of protein or healthy turkey, if that's the protein source that we're choosing. So processed meats are something that we absolutely 100% want to avoid as much as possible. Because once we start processing meats, we really are degrading the nutritive quality of that food. So we know about nitrates and nitrites, commonly found in hot dogs, sausages, other processed meats. The health implications of these chemicals are now becoming more widely known. But you need to recognize those are just a couple among a whole lot of different chemicals and processing methods that they use in processed meats. So that's going to include your sandwich meat or deli meat. And again, just a glance at the nutrition label is going to tell you whether you're eating a 100% turkey product or whether you're eating a whole bunch of chemicals. Your best bet is going to be going to the butcher and just getting it fresh, cut off of the block of meat, so you know that there's no other ingredients in it whatsoever. And this brings us to Lady Gaga's dinner. Fish, vegetables, salad, and tofu. This is how I know that she's been watching my videos, because vegetables and salad are probably the things that I absolutely promote the most. And Lady Gaga has been quoted several different times talking about how much she eats vegetables. So if you didn't have a million reasons to eat vegetables before, now you can add on that Lady Gaga loves vegetables too. So fish, another really good source of protein. And again, we get essential fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids that come from fish. So there's a lot of good benefits that come from eating fish. You could also take a fish oil supplement or another omega-3 supplement. It's really important to have our omega-3 fats and our omega-6 fats in a good, healthy balance. And if we're eating a lot of meat, a lot of processed foods, those are going to be really high in omega-6s. So supplementing with some omega-3s is really important. Now, Stephanie, Miss Gaga, the only thing that I have to take umbrage with you about here is the tofu. Now, tofu is a soy product, and soy received a lot of attention over the last decade or so for it being a health food. But what you need to know is that soy is somewhat of an endocrine disruptor, which means it causes our hormones to go out of balance. So if we are eating a lot of soy, then it can lead to hormonal imbalances. So how much is a lot? How do I know if I'm eating too much? Now, if you're just eating tofu here and there once or twice a week, and that's really all the soy you're eating, it's probably not going to be really, really harmful for you. But if you're drinking soy milk and eating tofu and you have a lot of processed foods in your diet, now if you start looking at food labels, you will see that lots and lots of foods contain soy lecithin, soy protein isolate. There's a lot of different soy products contained in processed foods. So even if you weren't eating a lot of soy specifically, most of us are getting a really large amount of soy in our diet without really even realizing it. So then if we're eating a lot of soy milk, tofu, and other stuff like that, now we're really eating a large amount of soy, and this can be disruptive to our health. So tempeh, which is fermented soy, is actually going to offer a lot of health benefits and be something that is very healthful for us to eat. Also, eating minimally processed soy, like edamame, is going to be better than eating a processed soy product like soy milk. And if you're a soy milk person, then just realize there's a lot of other milks out there. There's hemp milk, almond milk, rice milk. There's a lot of alternatives to soy milk out there, so don't get too discouraged. Let's move on and talk one more second about this 2 meals a day and 3 snacks and see what we have to say about it. Let me know which celebrity diet you would like to learn more about. In this video, we covered Lady Gaga, but I want you to leave me a comment and let me know which celebrity you'd like me to cover in a future video. I have several related videos for you to enjoy. I hope that you enjoy them, and I hope that you'll subscribe to the PsycheTruth channel. If you want to learn more about me, you can visit my website at CorrinaRachel.com. You can also join our Google Plus Circle. Now, by joining our Google Plus Circle, you're going to get exclusive posts from us. You're going to get updates more than anyone else. So we hope that you will join our circle. Please be sure to join me again next time. Let me know which celebrity diet you'd like me to cover next, and I look forward to seeing you soon.